Oh.
Okay, so my name is Melvyn. I'm a local resident. I grew up on the Lancaster West Estate. The Grenfell Tower was in my bedroom highline every single day.
What are homes and why do people need them?
Well, homes are quite simply the most basic form of shelter and sanctuary that you need as a human. You know, okay, some people can afford them, buy quite nice ones, but not all members of society can. And we like to say that we live in a developed country whereby even the poorest of society are entitled to even a certain standard of living. And that comes in the form of social housing. And that's what Grenfell Tower was, that's what Lancaster West Estate is. That's not to say that everybody on them are the poorest of society, but economically speaking, they are at a disadvantage.
Why would we want to live in a society that actually provides people in this way? Why is that a good thing? It's a provocative question, but you know why I'm asking.
I know why you're asking, and I've got an answer. We want to live in a society that provides those things for those people, because that is what a civilized country does. That is what a developed country does. If we don't do that, then we're no better than the third world countries that we claim to be more superior than. You know, we make a ton of money as a country. Our GDP is very high. And one of the upshots of that is that we can afford to take care of our most vulnerable. Now, I know we don't do that comprehensively, and in some cases it's not wholehearted, but by and large, most people in this country can can benefit from the wealth of this country and be able to have a decent standard of living with the roof over their head that they call home.
What do you think are some of the elemental things that we need to live a life?
Elements we need to live a life. Safety. Off the back of safety comes security. Dignity. I think those are three fundamental things that everybody should be able to have in this country. Now, it's got nothing to do with how much money you make or where you come from or what religion or race you are. We live in one of the most developed countries in the world, and those are three things that everybody should be entitled to. Safety, security.
How much dignity is in the UK right now? Remember to answer the complete statement.
How much dignity is in the UK right now? A lot less than people thought, and a lot less than people wanted to believe. I think Grenfell Tower shows us that there's a huge disparity in, dignity. I think Grenfell Tower is now an explanation and a name for something that people couldn't quite put their finger on in the past. It is quite simply a stark realisation that actually the level of dignity afforded to people in this country is directly linked to your monetary status or your social status. And unfortunately, the people in Grenfell Tower and on Lancaster West Estate don't fit into the upper echelons of that. And unfortunately, I've seen it being a lifelong resident, TMO, who are the landlords. They have consistently put residents, made residents to feel as if they're second class.
What's your definition of dignity? Why is it important?
My definition of dignity. I think dignity, quite simply, is a level of respect. It's a level of self-sufficiency. It's a level of self-confidence. And like I say, those things should be linked to the success of this country or the country that you're in. And as I say, we are one of the most developed countries in the world, if not the most developed, together with some of, the Scandinavian countries and the US of A. And that counts for something. You can't claim to be a civilized society if people are making millions and millions and millions of pounds or dollars or whatever the case may be, and enjoy some of the most popular levels of tourism and trade the world has ever seen, yet you can't make all of the members of your society benefit from that. It's not a case of communism or socialism, it's just a case of fair is fair, I guess. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be given a wonderful house and a garden and all of those things. No, we're just saying that everybody is entitled to a certain level of dignity, and that level of dignity is directly linked to the monetary output of the country that you're in, and ours is one of the highest. So obviously the level of dignity that we should have in this country should be high as well for the people who are at the bottom echelons of society.
What does that say when the country, such a wealthy country, can't provide safe housing for people?
What does it mean when this country can't provide safe housing for its people? I don't believe that's a true statement. I believe they absolutely can, but they just aren't doing it, and they won't do it. See, we've got this thing, and it's not just a British thing. I don't know if it's a Western thing. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'll tell you what it is nonetheless. We've got this thing whereby if people haven't earned every single penny of what they have, then there's a limit to what those people can have. And we've seen it with social housing, we've seen it with Grenfell Tower. So people were given the properties, people were given space, but there was a limit to how much they could have. And that limit was the amount of investment that was put into the housing after it was built. The amount of care and attention to detail and investment in safety that is visible all around Lancaster West Estate. You can see it by where they've placed the gas piping outside on public concourses where people have to walk past. There's gas piping going above and across people's front doors. That can't be safe. And if it is to be made safe, why isn't it put in protective casing? Just little things like that. And I think, as I say, it's not a case of they can't, it's a case of they won't. And the reason they won't is because they believe, or somebody believes, or organisations believe, is there's a limit to how much economically disadvantaged people are worth, or how much is allowed to be spent on them. And that's what's wrong with society. It's 2017, we shouldn't be thinking like this. There's more than enough to go around, and we seem to be convinced that we have this scarcity principle of there isn't enough to go around. There's more than enough to go around. It just needs to be thought about and distributed properly, not evenly, not equally, just distributed properly. The housing associations and the social landlords that are paid to run these places, they should be investing most of the money they make from rent and other services back into the housing. And if they're not doing that, first and foremost, then what is the point of their existence?
How angry are you?
I'm angry. I'm very angry. I'm angry because that is the landmark of my childhood. Like I say, every single day from the day I was born, I was able to open my curtains, look out my window and see Grenfell Tower. And now, it's been destroyed, and in the near future, it's going to be gone. They're going to take it down, and they're going to have to take it down. So I'm angry because that's a centrepiece to the community that I grew up in. It's not the only tower block, but it's one of the central tower blocks. And it's been destroyed. I know people that have died. I know other people who have got out, and there's also people in the wider community who have lost family members, some as many as 5 of their family. That makes me angry, and the reason it makes me angry is because it could have been avoided. It should have been avoided, but conscious decisions were made, and that's not to point the finger at anybody, but conscious decisions were made that contributed to the downfall of that building. That's what makes me angry.
Why do some things catch on fire and other things don't?
Fire is a living, breathing entity. Some things catch on fire because they have a tendency to burn. It's as simple as that. You know, everything has a fire threshold. You know, it's just about temperatures. Everything will burn. It's just about temperatures. So concrete has a very high thermal threshold. That building was concrete, and it was deemed as ugly. I don't know by who, not by the community. As a result, it was cladded. But it's not the only reason it was cladded. We know that. We know that the government and the local authorities are trying to meet their energy efficiency targets. So they also put insulation in between the cladding, which was there to make it look nice, and the actual concrete. And it wasn't the external aluminium that caught fire, it was the insulation in between. So why would they choose to put something on a building that was flammable? I have no idea. In fact, I do have an idea, but it doesn't make any sense. Just to save a few pounds here and there, and it doesn't matter how many pounds they save, whether they save £5,000 or £3 million. The fact is, there was a choice to make, a conscious decision to make about the safety of people's lives,